We're in Missoula, Montana, at a Mercedes-Benz dealership again, and we got more repairs. This is gonna be a very expensive month. Month 3 of van life started off rough. In case you haven't seen our previous videos, 2 weeks prior we ran into some mechanical issues on our van and ended up having to drop $5,000 on repairs. We figured after that we'd be good for a while, but life had different plans. 2 weeks later, while driving up to Glacier National Park, we found ourselves back at a dealership after noticing that our van was starting to overheat while driving. Long story short, we had multiple coolant leaks along with some bad sensors and were given yet another $2,000 repair bill, bringing our total repair cost for the month to over $7,000. The worst part though was that we had to wait for the parts to be ordered and shipped, which meant we were stuck in Missoula for a week, which just so happened to be having a record heat wave. And take my word for it, living in a van during 100-degree weather is not the most fun. This week was by far the most challenging one yet since we started van life, but eventually the parts did come in, we got it repaired, and could continue back on our way north. We got our van back, finally, for the second time now. It's been a rough month. Yeah, we ended up spending like a week in Missoula because we had to wait for them to order parts, and then the parts came in and then they didn't have a mechanic ready that could fix it, so we had to wait till they had someone available. Long story short, Missoula sucked.
It was hot, parking was limited, and we're driving around in a big van, so we need parking, good parking, because we were staying at the dealership parking lot. And
during the day we would just try to find air conditioning, so we'd go to like Starbucks and Panera Bread and the gym.
We did go to Barnes and Nobles, we read in there, that was kind of fun.
So just tried to pass the time, staying cool, but it was a rough week for sure. We'll just leave it at that.
But it worked out, we made the best of it, and we're back on the road, and I can't tell you how good it feels to be back on the road.
We stayed here at a casino last night. It's on the way up to Glacier National Park. And we did go inside and spend like 20 bucks in the casino on the slot machines and ended up winning $60. So
they actually paid us to stay here.
Yeah, that's the first time this has happened. So I'm gonna take that as a sign our luck is changing, things are turning around, and it's gonna be smooth sailing from here. Fingers crossed. Today is the day. We're finally heading into Glacier National Park. I feel like we've been working towards this for like a month, and it's just one setback after the other, but we're finally making it in. We have been staying here in Kalispell, which is outside the park, which hasn't been very
nomad friendly.
Yeah, at all. It's been very difficult to find places to park though.
We stayed the night at the Walmart in Kalispell, and then we got a knock in the morning.
We got kicked out. But at least it wasn't in the middle of the night, so it could have been much worse. We really don't know a ton about Glacier. We haven't researched it too much. We just know it's supposed to be beautiful, so we're kind of going in with not a lot of expectations and just gonna go see what we can find. Alright, let's get going though. See you there. Our first day in Glacier, we opted to just sightsee and drive up the Going to the Sun road. This 50-mile long road spans the width of the park, connecting the eastern and western entrances, and let me tell you, it is beautiful. We've driven a lot of scenic roads in our travels in the van, but this one takes the cake. The views are nothing short of spectacular and truly need to be seen in person for yourselves to appreciate the beauty. Be warned though that the drive is a little sketchy at points. It's full of lots of narrow winding switchbacks and large rocks jutting out into the road as you drive right along the edge of a mountain. But with views like this, it is so worth it. They do offer free bus tours in the summer in case you're not comfortable driving it yourself. Along the way, there are lots of spots to pull off and hike, take pictures, and look for wildlife. We saw some bighorn sheep and lots of cute little ground squirrels. Aren't they just adorable? After the drive, we checked back into our campsite to pack and prepare for tomorrow's hike. Good morning. It's 5:30 a.m. We're inside Glacier National Park, and we're on our way to hike Avalanche Lake. Let's go. There's a darkness
6 a.m. The parking lot's already full. Definitely got to get here early.
I once heard someone say that life is full of peaks and valleys. You can't enjoy the peaks until you've been in the valleys. And I feel like this quote perfectly sums up our third month of van life. Although this month was probably the most challenging one yet on our journey, it also ended up providing us with some of the most beautiful moments, and this hike was just the start of that. If this past month has taught me anything, it's that you can't have the good without the bad. Because without the contrast of hard times, we wouldn't be able to appreciate the good ones. I mean, who wants to ride a roller coaster that just sits at the top the whole time? It's the drops and climbs that make it worth riding, and it's these same highs and lows that make life worth living. And let's be honest, life is a never-ending cycle of these highs and lows, and in a way, that's what makes it so beautiful. So if you happen to find yourself in one of life's valleys, don't let it consume you, but instead know that the climb up to the peak is just ahead, and the views from the top will be absolutely worth it once you get there.
So let's carve our names into this tree, and then lay beneath the beauty of her leaves. Will the birds and the bees seem to agree that we're strong as the maple, and twice as sweet? We've had ups, and we've had downs. We've had warm nights, we've gone round and round. What I know, this much is true. There ain't a tree with any leaf that roots me like you.
Avalanche Lake was stunning. 10 out of 10. The view at the end, highly recommend. Even along the way, the hike was gorgeous. Like the first part takes you through these really beautiful forests with these huge trees around you, and there's parts with like running water, and then it opens up and you see mountains towards the end, and then you get here to the lake and the view is just incredible. Look at these chipmunks, they're all over. Look at him right here. They're so friendly. You can tell like they've been getting fed. Like they'll come right up next to you. But they're so cute. We got some really good photos and videos of them. Hi, little guy. Hey, buddy. Hi. So I don't have anything for you.
I have you. That's enough to paint lonesome black and blue. Yeah, I have you, and you have me. That puts a bow up in the sky, tells the rain to cease. We've had up, and we've had down. We've had warm nights, we've gone round and round. What I know, this much is true. There ain't a color in the rainbow that shines like you. So let's carve our names into this tree, and then lay beneath the beauty of her leaves. Will the birds and the bees seem to agree that we're strong?
Can't forget y'all.